Nobody can change wanting happiness. Why? Because this is your unconditional nature, not only chasing something outside of ourselves. This kind of happiness is just temporary. If you want to find some kind of happiness forever, you need to find the happiness in you.
The idea of not wanting and pursuing something and finding the meaning of life, the way you put it, you are the meaning of life. I think that's so difficult for people to understand, and that I'm guilty of this, especially people who maybe have ambition or want to achieve or want to achieve a goal. Is it bad to have goals? Is it bad to have a destination to head for, to try and succeed or achieve?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I like to say in a different way. We are human beings, of course. It's not a world of waking, but we are a world of dreaming. We are dreamer. Of course, you dream, And then we have another world of animal we call is the sleep. Animals sleep. Yeah, they don't know so much. They sleep. They cannot dream. They cannot dream. Animals just born with their knowledge. They cannot learn more. Therefore, animals look like sleep. The sleep make good there. They don't know many problems. They cannot dream, and therefore, they don't have extra happiness, but they also don't have extra sufferings. Therefore, you want to look like animal, just be very simple. Let's say we have a world of sleep, but we are humans is not just, we are not, of course we are also sleep of we say sleep means we are asleep of ignorance of our true nature. Ignorance of our true nature, And until you don't find that you are the answer, you never stop in dreaming, chasing to outside. Yes, therefore, is we humans only species who possible dream. Of course, it's amazing. You possible dream. Many species cannot dream. Cannot dream, I want this, I want to become this, I want to learn this, We humans is one thing not to have other species. We possible to dream, we possible learn, we possible train, as is a good thing. But it's good to dream sometime. It's good to dream sometime, but dream is not to give you a final answer. Therefore, you say, I want to become this person, or I want to become most famous person, I want to become most respect person, I want to become this, and that's a great dream. You do it, no problem. But that's nice. Of course, this brings nice things, but this never make you give fun answer. You see, This never give you a fun answer. You still look like a hungry dog. You still go to chasing. Therefore, is a funner answer. Of course, what I'm thinking, we need to wake up, not just dreaming. Not only chasing something outside of ourselves. Is whenever we chasing the happiness outside of ourselves, is good. This make you also happy. Of course, good. But this kind of happiness is just temporary. If you want to find some kind of happiness forever, you need to find the happiness in you. Yes, you need to find happiness in you. Therefore, shortcut, if you want temporary happiness, no problem. You're dreaming how much you can. Of course, very expensive, very costly. Sometimes you need to, one dream become two. You need 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or whole life. Yeah, and then you reach or you funded your dream. I don't know this happiness, how long to stay. And then you need to find another dream, and another dream, and another dream. Yes, without dream, how you can happy? Therefore, we possible happy with the reason, but we also possible happy without the reason. without happiness, without the reason, you only find in you through of meditation. And happiness with reason, yes, you possible you possible learn and you possible dreams, I have this, then I go to happy, I don't have this, then I go to happy, and this and all this changings. Of course, that's also make happy, but this happiness is just maybe I say this kind of happiness with reason, I say you're king in the street, you're not safe. You are not safe place, anybody possible hurt you. But happiness without the reason look like a king in the palace. Yes, you are safe. You are safe. It means happiness without the reason is something you discover, not something you make. Happiness with the reason you need to make. It's not automatic happen. You need to make. You need the reason why. The happiness reason is happiness with reason. Always you need this competition. I have, somebody don't have, and therefore, you need all this compare and the competition, or compare and competition. Yeah. Therefore, yes, your question is okay. People happy with with their dreams, of course, but just you need to remember this is just temporary happiness,
As many of you know, we are independent creators and filmmakers, but there is a massive attack on us right now. Traditional media over the last few years has started to slowly die. They are no longer the independent voice that you first thought they were. That's why we've created Mulligan Brothers Patreon. We've built something special for our most dedicated supporters, and I want to break it down for you real quick. The supporter tier gets you ad-free early access to both video and audio versions of Mulligan Brothers interviews 24 hours before it goes public. The executive tier gets you everything that a supporter tier gets, plus more. Exclusive interviews and behind the scenes content, walk and talks, daily routines, unreleased interviews, the stuff that you don't see anywhere else. And finally, the executive producer tier. Everything from the supporter tier and the executive tier, plus exclusive perks. Access to our treatment packages. Be the first to see which guests are coming up and get insight into the topics we'll be discussing before anyone else. And you'll even get an executive producer credit on every single documentary that we make. So if you've ever wanted to support the Mulligan Brothers mission of inspiring change so we can go around the world and get these stories that nobody else will, this is exactly how you do it. Go to patreon.com/Mulligan Brothers or click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Join the community and help us inspire change.
When you've got happiness without reason, do you get happiness with reason still? Do you still receive happiness in the same way, or is it different once you've got happiness without reason?
You see, happiness with the reason is once maybe this interest in happiness without the reason. My thinking, happiness without the reason is I say we discover through of meditation. Yeah? We believe our unconditional nature we believe is happiness. How we know this, we want unconditionally, we want to be happy, Wanting happiness is not religion, and wanting happiness is not culture. Wanting happiness, not philosophy. Wanting happiness, time is changing, but one thing never change you. You still always you want happy. Maybe you possible change your environment to change it, but one thing never change it. You still want to be happy. Wanting happiness never change it. Therefore, wanting happiness, why not to change it? You become most terrible person in this earth, but still wanting happiness never change it. You are greatest compassionate, kind person in this earth, but still wanting happiness never change it. Nobody can change wanting happiness. Why? Wanting happiness beyond the culture, beyond the religion. Why? Because this is happiness, your unconditional nature. Therefore, conditions never go to change it. That means to this unconditional happiness, you go to discover, not something you receive it. Whenever receive happiness, you're always ready to go to lose. You ask me, happiness is possible, receive it? Yes. But nature of a receive means the only question of time is lose. Whatever born is a die. Whatever receive, lose. That's simple law. Therefore, happiness without reason is something you discover, not something you receive it. And your question is, then when you have happiness without reason, why you need the reason to be happy, You don't need it. I think you don't need it. When you find it, you don't need the search, Let's say you find it, you find it what you're searching, you find it, then they don't have any logic reason to searching. Similar is when you find it, happiness without reason, and yes, then you find the happiness without influence. Moment, everything influence. In the Buddhist world, is the influence is the suffering. But nobody want to hear this. It's because then nothing left. Is moment, I don't know how to be happy without influence. Yeah, because of this and that. But at the same time, I'm suffering because of influence. Yes, but reason is influence. Yeah, but they have two kinds of influence. Some influence is a influence coming out. Influence you make consciously. You have a controlled influence, or you don't have a controlled influence. Sometimes happening influence out of control, and that is a problem. But sometimes we choose or we control influence. That is a better one. But still, is my shortcut answer. Once you find that happiness without reason, means you find that happiness, unconditional happiness. You find happiness yourself.